Hello, how are you all doing today? My name is Virginia and this is the Art of the Oracle, and we are going to do a daily card message for the first day of July. It came about, it feels like all of a sudden we're here, and I'd love to hear from any of you that feel called to share just how you're doing. What's this kind of time bringing you? Because at times it feels like magical and at times it feels chaotic, and it just it's very interesting how this moment is, and I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a sense of expectation, like something really interesting is going to happen, and it's something that we need, and it's going to take us in a great direction. So I'm going to go to the cards today and see what we have to say. So we have, I'm going to start with the wisdom of the elders today and ask what would the elders like to share with us today. I brought this card collection out in honor of the moon. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling like maybe that one's it. The one right here on the bottom. Yeah. So, it says Sweetgrass, Sacred Medicine. It's card number 28, which reduces to 10, which is telling us that something is ending and beginning. And I love, again, one of the things that talked about yesterday was the importance of this ceremony, this sacredness of what this time is bringing. The transformation of, I think, each one of us individually, but then collectively. Like, where are we going? What are we becoming? Are we becoming this... You know, I've heard a lot of people talking about this, so I'd love to hear what you think. Like a cosmic, like we're not just talking about planetary people. We're talking about like the whole universe and being a part of that. And I feel like to be a part of something really big, we have to really pay attention to what we have going on in our world. Like, what is it that is driving us forward? Who are we trying to be here on the planet that relates to something even beyond? So this is a reminder to savor kind of the sweetness. See, it says sweet grass, sacred medicine. And it's these beautiful little moments. Like I was saying, like it was, you know, at one point everything feels so beautiful and magical, and then like boom, it'll shift and something else will come about and it'll feel much different. And yeah, so I think what it's asking us to do is to grab a hold and really sit with those times that feel really sweet and really, really deep. I'm going to say, you know, like something, it's not just a superficial moment. Not that any moment has to be that, but something that really has a lasting impact on us. Okay. So it says there might, let's see what it says here. It says, oftentimes the most cherished moments we experience are fleeting and may even be fragile, but it's important nonetheless to appreciate them. There might also be a call to connect more closely with others through ancestors or community or family members, because we're really never alone in life. And that's talking here about community, about finding the community that really feels like it nurtures us and our soul. So yeah, it says both through our ancestors in spirit and to those closest to us in the physical world. It's important for us to kind of to recognize, and we do this, like we have great relationships with people, right? But it's the really feeling into what is happening with us physically, and how is it that these things are really touching us, and you know, how are we touching others? That's really, and we're doing it through sacred moments, right? We're doing it through that. So create, yeah, what a beautiful card to come out with this, right? Because this reminds me of the sacredness of and the strength in ceremony, in creating a space for us to understand and really be present in the moment. And I think that that's what the create card is. It's creating the space that we hold sacred so that we can really know more about ourselves and the moments that we're living in, right? The people that are touching our lives, the things that matter, the things that feel good, or the things that don't. So let's ask here, what is the tree that would like to share the wisdom? Let's see what we have here. Oh, look at this cherry tree. This is beautiful. So I think this is Mount Fuji. It's recognizing the spirit of the cherry blossoms in Japan, which is really beautiful. The interesting thing also is that it's full moon, and we are right now, like, we're still in this pink full moon phase. So I feel like this is reminding us of that, of this connection, right, to the sweetness, one, of the moment with which we're in right now, and the I think this is where the olive tree came in the other day, right? It was also part of the flowering and the seeding and the power, the strength of this moment. So this brings in this awareness of the purity of these moments that we're in. That's what this card is. It's about the fragility of these beautiful moments that are coming into our lives, and to savor them, right? To create the space and savor them. And that was something that we heard in yesterday's message, and just in a different way. So it's asking us through the message here not to complicate our life, and not to fall into trying to control things that don't feel very good, because when that happens, we can't control anything but ourselves. But so we can control how we respond to different things. So it's asking us to concentrate on the beauty of nature and trust in this endless cycle that keeps going in our lives. And keep your thoughts and intentions pure and honest, and treat others with an open and loving heart. Yeah, so in doing that, you know, it seems so simple. In doing that, it creates the space of sacredness, so we can share with other people, so we can be a part of something, a very connective part within the earth, and then, you know, expand into what does it mean to be alive at this moment? What is going on here for us? Okay, so these kind of flipped upside down while we were doing that. So this is very interesting. So I have, the first card that I have out is 2, and this is a crossroads. And I like this too because it's showing like the yin and yang moment is what I'm seeing with these, because one side's white, one side's black, and they literally are balancing each other off. They're putting their heads together. Swords is around ideas, and sometimes we have ideas that really are on the other side, like one, like flipping the coin, and you're like, how am I going to get from here to here? But that's what this card is all about, is that there is a need for a balancing of, like, what I'm hearing is that something doesn't have to be definitive, like that's bad and this is good. That these ideas and everything that we're working in right now is we're creating a sacred space where we're going into a place where we understand the sacredness of the moment and the fragility of the moment. So when we bump up against conflict, or when we have conflicting ideas, it's the time to understand that this, a lot of times, like hate is the completely other side of love, right? It's a frequency band, like this is lower, that is higher. But we can't say that one is bad and one is good. The interesting thing is we have 3. So we go from 2 to 3, which we're moving forward from these ideas. And they're both swords energy. So the ideas and conflict. So what it's saying is that if we cannot change our thoughts from this dualistic thinking, what happens is that we lose a lot. We lose the sense of ourself. This is a card of really of heartbreak, and I'm not understanding, because words, so it's asking you in this week to be really aware of your words and how you're communicating with other people, and how you're communicating to family members or to work colleagues or whatever, because when there's conflict and we're not careful, our words can really pierce people, and it can do serious damage. So with that, it could mean that there would be, you know, a loss of opportunities or people or, you know, situations in our life. And so make sure that if that's the direction that you're being confronted with, that you handle it with care. Because sometimes the conflict is being presented because it is helping you end something. but it doesn't mean that it's easy. So the interesting thing is now we have this major arcana card, and this is card number 14. And when you take 1 and 4, you get 5, which is around change. Now the temperance card is just that. What this card was saying, we need to balance those two polar ideas or those belief systems or whatever it is, and to be a little bit more neutral and not like really hurt people, because this could be really a time of separation of people that maybe have been in your life for a while, right? But so it's asking you to temper some of what's going on so we stay aware and that we don't lose things in our life that we don't want to let go of, but that this could be an opportunity for us to let go of things that have been in conflict and have been like really not working for us. So there's two ways to look at this. So be aware, it's going to ring true differently to each one who sees that coming. Okay, last message, final message. Is there anything else here? Okay. Let's see what these cards have to say. Okay. So we have the Lovers, another major arcana card. And this is the 6, which, yeah, it's all about having the opportunity to move in a direction that really ignites your spirit. It could be that some relationship ends that's not meant to be, and through this balancing and getting rid of the old thing, it brings something new, because this is again another major arcana card. And the Lovers card could be, if you're a Gemini, it could relate to you and something really coming together for you now that this full moon is. It could be something about Venus coming in and giving you the opportunity for new love or new partnership. So keep this, you know, in the mix here, because then we have the Knight of Wands is where we're going to end this reading. And the Knight of Wands is really about charging forward with this fiery energy. And that could be a great thing. You could finally, now that you've let go of some things that felt conflicting, that you have more energy to move ahead. That's what the Wands is all about, is taking who you are and creating the next step in your life. So to sum all this up, we begin here with card 28, which is around something ending, something beginning, which could be relating to these cards here. But it's around creating the sacred space that we all really truly want. We want to be in a community that feels like it's nurturing. We want to be in relationships and jobs that are nurturing, that are working both for us and the other partner, which is why I think we have this, because this Cherry card is about understanding the fragility of this like pink moon right now, because it's the moon, full moon energy is really asking us to take a look at something. It's asking us to take a look at what our life is bringing us, and is it out of balance or not, because there could be something really hurting you that isn't working, and it's time to bring things back into balance. These are two major influences going through, asking us to find our balance, to find the love, like in the situation, the sacredness, the strength, the creativity here. Could be that new opportunities come from letting the old go, because 28, the 10, the beginning and the end, the ending and the beginning, because what it's bringing forward as we move into July, I think the first day reading kind of sets a tone. And so, or at least for the next, couple of weeks, is that there's some really new, exciting energy moving in to help us to move forward with some of the things that maybe have been stalled in the first 6 months of the year. So thank you so much for joining me here at the channel. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up and share it. And until tomorrow, have a magical day. Bye now.